Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith in the Black with the Strat Time Report. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So, heart of earnings season, we know that's going on. SPY fighting back a little bit, but here you can see this. Pull out this 15er. Still stuck in this broadening formation. We keep making these slight higher highs and slight higher highs, but then we keep dropping back in. We'll see if that happens again. And all we're really doing on the week is just doji. Right? It's Thursday, and we're doing no direction here. So that's why you get this back and forth and back and forth. Still bright red on the month, but we're running out of month. Trying to go 2-2 on the day, but still kind of stuck in here. We did firm up in the last hour here. If you go to the 60, you'll see this. It always hurts when you got to squint to see something. So we like nice long red and green bars, but you did get this. The two down, the two up 60, and these two became an outside bar of that. So we'll see if that follows through or not. Obviously, we got a lot of earnings coming this afternoon with Apple and Roku and Amazon and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things we look for here is the 3-2-2, the outside bar. Took out both sides, two down, boom. Here we're going to take all that stuff out, and if that works, maybe you go back and test up that upper part of that try, which we did. If you go to QQQ here, I think maybe I was the 30 here, and coming back here 2230 right here, and then an inside 30 to the upside, right? Trying to take out yesterday's highs, but once again, doji on the week, right? And that's what you can expect when you have a lot of earnings coming out, things doing all sorts of different things. So if we go to that Dow Jones Diamonds, and Dow Jones Diamonds still not as fortunate to get up at that high, but once again, this problem when you're looking at things, it's also still an inside day, suffering a little bit from cat coming down here, cat down a little bit, so just kind of sitting here. So there's a lot of things we get a lot of these gap and sits, and that's been a little bit of a problem, but we'll deal with it. I'll get to it in a second here. Small capper's a little worse and staying down. Still red on the week, right? And still red on the day. So the small capper's having a little bit tougher of a time, but you can see here trying to recover. How's those 60 looking? Like so. And so here it's the outside bar, 3, 2, 2. And if this doesn't get stopped out or have a reversal, go up and take that out, because that's a broadening formation. So we'll see if they firm up. Let's see. We go to Facebook. And Facebook, still doge on the day. But if you're going to play this, I tell people to play the 30 and 60 gappers. You can see this was a 2 down here. So you could have shorted that, right? But as soon as that starts coming back up on you, you got to cover. But then here's a 2 down, 2 up on the 30 here. 2 down, 2 up reversal, and still working. And if you get onto the 30, you're going to see this. Hammer, counter shooter, 2-2-30 back to the upside, right? And if you break it down to the 15, because we always like to have the combos, here, inside on the 15 minute, 2-1-2 reversal, and if that works, triggers your 30 right there. Also with Qualcomm, 2-2 reversal on your 30, 2 down, 2 up. Not that hard, right? Okay, so if we go back to Facebook again just for a second, one of the things we've been looking at is we know we had an outside month. And so when we were coming down, we knew we were going to take this out because outside bars exist. But once you do that, then I don't know. Because if they're willing to pay up and sell down, they might do it again. So that's what you're going to notice here on your weekly. There's your broadening formation on a shorter time frame. Right? So the question, can you be strong enough to be an outside week? Or next week, can you go 2-2, there's a 2 down, 2 up, and then start coming back through that. So we'll see. Obviously, a lot of earnings coming out. So Apple in front of the earnings, 2 down, 2 up, reversal day, coming back up in front of the earnings, still handling an inside month. So you'd have to have quite a move to not do that. So that's what we'll have going forward. And Amazon's still an inside month, but closer to the downside, but it is going 2 down, 2 up, right in front of the earnings, but we'll see. Let them come out. And Roku, we know this thing's been in trouble for a long time. Okay, and Roku just kind of sitting there waiting for these things. Market's still following through in this new hour. Like, remember, every hour is at like a new day to us. So if you go to SPY, here, 60, They came in to buy last hour, and the question is, are they coming back? Right now, they are. So we'll see how far that takes them. We had some of the semis coming up, SMH. And SMH, here's a broadening formation on the daily. There's the 2 down, 2 up reversal. Right? Still bright red on the month, but you're running out of month. And here's your broadening formation to keep an eye on. And there's like your usual suspects. Your LRCX is coming up. You've got Texas Instruments still holding. Qualcomm, as I just showed you. Texas Instruments yesterday was a gap down, but now 2 down, 2 up reversal on the day. All right, market staying firm here, and even PayPal getting into the act here. PayPal. And PayPal. And the good thing about PayPal here is a gap, but it didn't take out yesterday. So it moved through here. That's good, because then you're going to stop people out here, and that's what we like to see. So if you go to the 60 once again, you could have shorted it here on a 2 up, 2 down, but as soon as that comes back up, you got to cover. Then you get your hammer, counter, shooter, and there's your real move. Boom, right there. 2, 2, and these two become an outside bar of that. Nice little move for the hour for PayPal. If we go to energy, and energy, XLE, there we go. It had a rough start to the morning, and it then comes back up, and here's your 2 down by taking out the lows, 2 up and coming back through there. How much we're going to get out of this, not sure. Just pulling back to a doji, and we know we have longer term signals on these, on the macro, and the macro vid coming out this weekend, and still no lower lows on the month for this year. That's good. So we have some of the refiners coming up. Valero here, and Valero going to the highs of the month. A big outside week. You've got PSX in the refiners, still trying to work here. And I'll get that month fixed. There we go. So having a nice little day here, and so when you get to the end of the week, you always want to be like, all right, what's that going to leave me for next week? So right now, closer to the 2 down by taking out the lows, 2 back up. Over there for PSX. SU was leading the charge for a while, not kind of stalling out. Now you got your inside 60s to see if this comes up, because when in the morning when all the other energies was down, this was up. And so that's where you'd want to go. When you see one of these things is not like the other, strength when the group is weak, no reason to believe that's going to weaken later. If you go to EOG, yeah, market's still rocking here. So EOG just hits magnitude by taking that out. These two became an outside bar of that, but still holding firm in Conoco. Here, having a nice little day now. Chevron also, so energy's trying to do their job. A little P10 having a nice day here too. And nice day right there. So we'll see. And that, once again, for the week, what's that going to set me up for? 2 down, and then boom, 2 up, and go take these guys out. We'll see. If we go to Swivel, Q's to the highs. Here they come. Swivel, newer issue, and here's what we look for. The inside day, the slight poke down, that's a rev strat. 1, 2, boom. Stop all these guys out in one shot. And I'm not sure how much more this has in the tank, but you got an inside 60 to keep an eye on there. They're also coming into the trannies. Trannies just a bit here. 2 down, 2 up in the trannies, and that's going to be some of the rails. Norfolk Southern here, having a nice little day. You've got off the inside 60 here. You got CSX coming up here, and there's another inside 60 for you. The outside, inside. What's important here too is that the inside 1, 3, 1, 2. And that means consolidation, battle. Take out the highs, take out the lows, consolidation, victory, right? Like Sue. Also, some of the chalkers, ODFL. ODFL coming up here, having a nice little day. We'll see. And that coming into the end of the month, potential rev strat month, inside month, and then hammer. So that gets my attention. CHRW, I believe, gapped up here as well. Now just kind of sitting there on the inside 60. We'll see if anything more comes of that. GWW having a nice day. Granger, and Granger following through the 2-2 reversal yesterday, and now potential outside week. Also, when you see this is an outside week too, and you took out the lows, right? So once you start coming back through there, we're going to look to take these guys out, all right? And you can see all these guys right on the monthly highs. right there. We'll see if anything comes of that coming to the new month. And then SQZ, little guy, and we'll see this thing stalls out a little bit, but was having a nice move back through here. We'll see if anything more comes of it. Market's still staying firm here on the new 60, with XOP going to the highs, XLE going to the highs. If we go to the downside, Tesla's. Tesla having a rough one, but starting to fight back with the market. The 3-1-2 back up after the inside day to the downside gets clobbered. We'll see if that's the end of that for the day. But once again, coming into the month, you're closer to a 2 up on the month, 2 down coming into the new month. But right now, market's still cruising, and we're watching that with Riven. And Riven now coming back to the 3-2-2 and starting to come back up on that set Rev Strat day if they want to buy that tomorrow, but we'll see. Peloton, now trying to firm up with the market, but still more new lows for Peloton, having all sorts of problems over there. Where they're really hitting them this morning was IBB. Q's to the highs was the IBB, and the IBB now went outside month, as you can see that. So it did its job, and now it's starting to firm up a little bit, so we'll see. So whenever you see this, just like the Facebook goes red and start coming back through here, we're looking for outside month. Got it. And so over there we had like ALNY. ALNY having a rough one. Now just sitting down here near the lows. Gives us the outside month as well. If you go to Amgen, now back to green. It was having a rough morning. We'll see. Like I said, the market's really firming up here. But if it starts going back down, here's the guys who are having the problems. IONS here on the week, 2 up, 2 down, back to previous range. If we go to NVAX, and NVAX now starting to firm up with the market, but more recent lows coming down. And that tells you to look at Moderna here. Moderna not totally getting killed, and now starting to try and come back here on the 60 a little bit. BNTX, PayPal goes to the highs. BNTX now firming up with the market as well. Let's see, we had GBT having some problems here. Look at this coming down. Now we'll see if it firms up with market, if it gives us that outside month. If you go to SGen, here, APA goes to the highs, more energy going to the highs as the market continues to rally as I speak. You can see this, almost an outside month. We had Charter also having some problems, right? It's just exhaustion risk by going into the highs. But still, whenever you see this, you want to see if they come back and sell something like that. VIRT, V-I-R-T, having some issues. Here, Vert, puke. Look at this, outside month, just getting smoked here, so we'll see if anything more comes of that. FARO, and FARO having problems, just long red bar, that's what we want to see, the 2 down, the 2 up, and boom, on the month. And then the disaster du jour, I'm not sure what's going on here, OST. OST, look at this. And welcome to the world, 45 back to 5 or whatever's going on in that thing. Anyway, market is rallying here. Q's holding steady and going towards the highs of the day with SPY. And once again, some of these big boys finally firming up a little bit. Netflix fighting back. Here on your 60, you can see that finally fighting back. Hasn't been green on the day in a while, so there's that, and Googs fighting back a little bit here too. But a lot of big boy earnings on deck here, so we'll see what they want to do with the Apple, Amazon, and Roku. But right now, market is rallying back. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith. This is Black Strat Time Report.